Like, we were literally a second off from being actually live. Like, you... What are you fucking doing?
Getting ready for the podcast.
You're getting ready for the podcast?
He's cracking open a cold
He's
one.
cracking over the cold one. He's cracking open the cold ones.
With the fellas, yeah.
With the
boys
fellas
and girls.
at this new episode of the No Consequences podcast, brought to you by...
I can't open my fries.
I am your host. These are my lovely other
hosts. Hi.
Hi. I did it. I found it.
Oh my gosh, she found her stuff.
That's good.
Is it a sticker?
Now, Liz, I want you to focus for a second and introduce yourself.
PP.
Cloudy, moving on to you, please.
Yeah, Cloudy, what's up?
Hey, it's me. I'm.
Oh, for fun.
No, we're not getting much better than this. Okay, that's Cloudy. I'm Liz. That's Malcolm that just said okay. And then Wiz just introduced you all, so
yeah, that's how it works. Everybody knows who everybody is, and as always, we already know who each other are. Then, let's ask the better question. How was everybody's week in paradise? I mean, locked inside your house. Cause
Lockdown.
We can't go outside, everybody. It is
this is America.
This is America.
Don't catch you coughing up. Oh my god. Oh wait. Wouldn't it be this is America? Don't catch you sniffling up.
Slipping up.
Yeah. Slipping up, sniffling up.
Well, my week was I was stuck inside all day. I just played a lot of video games, watched some Nothing's going on. You can't really do anything anymore, it seems.
Welcome to paradise. I'm losing my mind. Thankfully I've gotten. Last week I was scared out of my mind because my job basically said don't come to the office, but you can work from home. Oh, P.S. you can only work 4 hours a day, and I was like, but my bills are the same. I'm getting less hours and I'm getting less pay, but my bills are the same. And thankfully this week they said, yeah, you can work 8 hours, even though I'm working because the state has mandated everyone to stay at home now, except unless you're an essential job thing. So,
my dad's an essential worker. He works in U.S. Defense.
By the way, I really hope he's okay because even with the essential worker rules, there are still people who go in when they're actually sick.
He has to go in because some of the people. We'll explain that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about this.
Nothing.
This will be one of the conversation pieces we'll be talking about tonight.
Well, and it was that. How about you, Cloudy? How was your week? How's the weekend?
Oh, besides losing my job, yeah, I'm okay.
Oof.
Oh, everybody, you know what?
I got cut from my job, so
breakdown.
No, not really.
I don't know what's going on my end. I don't know anymore.
Are you
not essential. They cut me off. Oh yeah, and it's really dead silent outside all week.
Oh well, yeah, that's it's been peaceful,
quote unquote peace.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I
went by my room.
Okay, I will say this: the week before, because they didn't in my state, they didn't actually announce it as a lockdown. Everything was actually normal. Kids were running outside. Kids were playing. Kids were having fun. You could hear them laughing. Yeah. Now Monday,
Isn't
Monday.
it worse in my state? We're not
no idea, but come Monday, we get an announcement. We get our phones going off saying, "Hey, there's a state of emergency. Our houses are officially in lockdown unless you actually are an essential good." And now the little playground that's around near my area has caution tape around the damn thing.
Okay, bro. Now we're just that's just getting serious.
Like it's basically just to make sure kids aren't playing there.
I mean, granted, over here the same thing too. There's caution tape everywhere.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Even on the swing sets?
Keep up with me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the swing sets. Basically, the playgrounds in our area have been closed off essentially, so to discourage kids from running outside because they're worried that they will potentially catch the infection.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Oh no, it is.
It's a wet cough.
Oh no. Liz has it. Bail.
Bail! Oh, there goes Alcom. There goes Alcom.
Oh.
He bailed out of the podcast already.
He's gone.
Never mind. There he is. There he is.
Is it safe?
I should remove you
Very
from this
safe.
goddamn room.
This is. You know how hard it is to move like this.
I don't. You look like an idiot.
Shut the fuck up.
It's a podcast. It's mostly in audio format. So
I'm aware, so I'm having fun.
So not everybody's gonna. All right, picture the scene. It's just a mini cat boy Alcom just peeking through the screen. He's doing the dudes.
He was looking to see if he could see his shadow.
What am I, a gopher? What the fuck?
I mean,
it's a groundhog.
Groundhog, whatever.
Groundhog Day.
Hey.
This is what I have. Whatever. Glad I'm in lockdown. Bye bye.
You too?
Ow. Okay. Back up. Oh, my sensors broke. There we go.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little. Yeah.
Anyways, but with that, but we have a couple other topics this week. But instead instead of just jumping right into it, how about we pick up on the pieces of the Coronas, the Corona.
Crack open a cold one.
Crack open a cold one, cause we're stuck inside thanks to Rona.
Did you really just call it Rona?
Oh, like somebody out there has to say.
Yeah,
somebody's probably doing it.
First one up.
I'm pretty sure someone's gonna make the joke. Someone's gonna sum up 20. It's like, you remember when 29 put to a screeching standstill thanks to nobody's favorite beer?
Oh, then
Corona's not bad.
It's okay. I've heard of that.
Well,
No.
Ever not talk about Coronas?
Okay, so let's talk about it a little because.
A little tiny bit. Okay, I mean, like we can't. It's literally the most on topic.
We can't not talk.
We're all here because of it, and on top of that,
we're all here because we're gamers.
Well, yeah, I mean, not just gamers, but also
only real gamers vote.
Well, this
Pokemon
Liz, I'm gonna let that slide because this is actually the year for that, but it's not yet the month.
Yeah,
Isn't it June for early voting? Isn't June for early voting?
No, it's in November.
No, for early voting.
No, yeah.
But yeah, like nothing is better. So around the world, we're all stuck inside thanks to the Coronas, and I love it. Yep. I love it that the currently, I don't know what's going on in the United States, but man, this is a real bang up job, ain't it? Everybody's state is somehow completely.
At least we're not Italy.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that.
Okay, yeah,
they're
a select.
That's
yikes.
Yeah, let's just face it. When the culture basically involves a lot of touching, a lot of getting really intimately close.
Hey, that's what I was gonna say. Shut up.
You forgot to say you forgot to say a whole bunch of old smokers.
They're not even. This is.
Go on, Liz.
We're not even supposed to be talking about this. We're supposed to be talking about.
I know.
At least
we can just talk about it a little bit,
and then we can get on.
Then go.
Come on.
We can come on. We have to keep on schedule. Then we can go into our little blurbs.
All right, fine. I'm gonna go.
This is the pause. This is the pause. You can skip later on in the podcast to get to the Corona conversation.
Yeah, while Wiz is about to talk about it, I'm gonna grab a.
You not do that? You not do that?
How come? Don't fucking walk off.
There you go. He's gone.
You walk off that street.
He's walking off the set. He's walking off the set. He's off the set.
Wait. Why am I dead? Don't kill me. I'm okay.
Well, despite the fact that the Corona infestation is actually being a problem in real life, we could talk about how in Half-Life Alyx, which is about a 19-year-old who just so happens to have muscle atrophy. She can't apparently pick up fucking like a body. I'm sorry, I'm never gonna let that go. Half-Life Alyx. If you don't know what Half-Life Alyx is, which I doubt you don't, because Half-Life Alyx is the hottest VR video game that just released, thanks to our Lord and Savior Gaben, has in fact crafted by himself, by his own hands, not by a team of brilliant designers and game developers, people with the sciences.
I'm at the science team.
And Half-Life Alyx, as the first VR Half-Life game, shows a lot of promises of what the future of VR is. Now, I remember a couple podcasts, like I don't know how long ago in the podcast, where I talked about Boneworks and how that was revolutionary. I feel like as physics, full body movement is important, I would also have to like argue against myself with what Half-Life Alyx does, which is more based around comfortability and kind of like the access for everyone. Half-Life Alyx, it doesn't have the amazing wow factor that Boneworks does, but if it's like your first VR game, which is the game seems designed for, then it's probably the best like way to get into VR with so many options and accessibility that allows anyone to really play. It is even available to play not just the Valve Index like me and Alchem have, but like for Cloudy and Liz who have an Oculus Rift, and it's also available for the mixed reality or Windows Mixed Reality, you know, for those who have it. Same difference. Like it works for Vive too. There's no difference. I forgot she's on the Vive actually. I don't know. It must be the mic quality because they both sound exactly the same.
Because I use the same headset. My headset cords a lot.
Oh, you're using. Okay, you're connecting a different.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Actually, no. Where do you know?
Well, why spend extra money on another mic headset and shit if I have one that can?
Well,
help?
I mean, we'll get into that later because basically like how I played Half-Life Alyx through the Valve Index, and I got the game for free, and I'm using the Valve the Valve Index controllers, and yeah, finger tracking is whatever. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Cool, I guess, but it's not very practical. And a lot of the times, there's the grip itself triggers easily, but the way the game handles physics, pretty amazing. Now, this was getting to the story. So your 19-year-old your 19-year-old Alex Vance, you're helping the Resistance get a thingy. Oh no, my dad got taken away by the Combine. Oh no, we gotta stop him. You gotta get him. So you escape out of a van after being captured by the Combine, and then you meet Russell. Russell's the new character in the Half-Life universe. He's just some scientist dude. He's pretty cool. He's played by an Australian actor. Pretty cool. I like him a lot. He's the comic relief character throughout the entire game, and he's fun. He makes something what's called the Russells, which are the gravity gloves that you use throughout the entire game that pretty much allows the player to grab things from a distance. To do so, you kind of like press one hand on the trigger, and then you pull it towards you, like flick your wrist back to grab the flick it towards
Not
you.
like the gravity gun from previous games where you just like absolutely clap cheeks.
I mean, you can kind of clap cheeks with the fucking gravity gloves or the Russells. Not really, because they're mostly used as an item to just pull stuff towards you. And that's about it. You can't like do much with them other than this will, spoilers and stuff like that. I don't want to go too much into it other than the first couple chapters of the game is that you have to rescue your father. And Alex has to go through a quarantine zone. Coronavirus. And it's pretty much head crab zombies, a lot of puzzles. It's a very interesting type of way to really expand on the Half-Life universe, especially with City 17, is because we see the Citadel being built for the first time, and during like this period before the Citadel is completely built, and the entire game is more or less what you expect from a modern AAA VR game. High production values, game looks beautiful, game is well optimized for anything. I heard some of my friends who play on a 1050 are getting 60 FPS. They're enjoying the game. They're loving it. Fantastic. And for me personally, I love the hands because the way you interact with the environment when you touch a table, you know how in VR games normally your fucking hand phases through them. Other than Boneworks, Half-Life Alyx, your hands are physical colliding objects, so you can in fact touch.
It's very interesting.
Yes, you can touch the table. You can play the piano. Actually, there's a one part of the game where there's piano.
He was streaming it. Was, and one of the main things he wanted to show us was the colliding thing. One of the biggest things ever is that you can't go through the walls like with your hands. Like it stops you. Like so, you're just like rubbing up on that wall.
I was rubbing it up. But no, the hands are it helps a lot because of how you interact with the environment. You will naturally do things you would do in real life. You're looking for something on the fucking table, fucking start rummaging your hands over the table. You see a door, you can push it open or pull it open or grab the handle and open it yourself. Things like that. The small things that really makes it feel that you are almost interacting in a world that is real. Virtual reality, you know. And Half-Life Alyx absolutely does it. Blows a lot of what I've expected because the game's like last couple levels I feel truly shows how good a Half-Life game in VR can be, but throughout the majority of it, it is more like a survival horror kind of like linear forward experience. A lot of enemies you will be fighting, other than the Combine, is primarily headcrab zombies, which have new variants because video games. I don't know. The armor headcrab, they're fucking scary as shit. And hope you like I hope you like going through darkness. That's some bits of the game you're carrying a flashlight, just horror sequence. There's a lot of gameplay variety that I like about Half-Life Alyx, and I really want more. And that's what I learned about playing Half-Life Alyx. I want more, and I cannot wait because I've heard from a couple of my friends they want the SDK to come out, Source 2's SDK, which that's what Half-Life Alyx is running, or at least something along those lines. It's not out yet, but once that's out, think of the future, the possibilities, all the cool stuff that we can get.
How many video games you could make? Gmod, but in VR, but it's actually supported.
Or something like Gmod 2? With VR support.
Gmod 2.
With VR support. Real VR.
Oh.
Not the weird VR support now, which works, but
I mean, pretty cool.
Yeah. And pretty much overall, if you have a VR headset and if you have the money, just go play Half-Life Alyx. It is a great game that is worth your time. It's roughly around an 8 to the 16-hour mark. It took me around 8 hours to beat the game. And I beat the game on hard. And I also took like a fair amount of a fair amount of exploration, and as well as like interacting with like environments, and not even getting like stumped on a couple puzzles.
Damn.
Half-Life Alyx is just a great game, and I feel like I want more of, especially because I really like the puzzles. There's something about interacting with a 3D environment, the way VR treats. It's kind of like playing Portal, and thinking how portals kind of manipulate the XZY axis, like how you like interpret like space changes when you're in VR, especially with some of the puzzles you do, fear puzzles, light puzzle, things like that. It gives you a kind of like, I'm really getting into it, and I feel like I'm learning a lot what is capable in VR. But that's but also then we're gonna have to look into what Boneworks has, and that's a whole other argument I can talk about. Or
Boneworks versus
because they're two opposite ends. Because Boneworks is like Half-Life 2, and Boneworks is like a Half-Life 2, and then over there, I don't know what to really compare Half-Life Alyx to, other than it is definitely not Half-Life 2, but maybe like an episode 2 or something like that, because it isn't revolutionary as much as Boneworks was. Boneworks still beats it in terms of like wow, because other than the production values and the optimization, Boneworks still beats it over physics and like depiction of weapons because of things like that. Because in Half-Life Alyx, you only have a couple weapons, typically 3 weapons: pistol, shotgun, submachine gun, and a tool gun that you use to hack objects. That's how you do the puzzles of the game. Well, not all the puzzles. Main puzzles to upgrade your weapons, turn on lights. Well, turn on like link power nodes and things like that. Other than that, like there's more realistic weapons, and especially how the weapons work in Boneworks work more pseudo realistically as opposed to Half-Life Alyx, where like guns don't have a real physics to it. You can't punch, you can't whack things with your pistol. You can't even grab cinder blocks or any type of object. You can sometimes. I've heard one of my friends use a brick to kill an enemy, but I tried and it me.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I think the reason why, because like I was talking about it to my other friends. I think the reason why is because they probably don't have melee is because melee is pretty dangerous in VR, all things considered. Like I don't know how many of you guys hurt yourselves overplaying Boneworks or any boxing game or any game that involves melee. Yeah.
Wii Sports.
Any of the
Wii Sports Resort.
I just feel bad for you. You're supposed to wear the straps.
Yeah.
He did wear the strap. Doesn't mean he's not gonna fly out of his hand and whack somebody like a Wii nunchuck.
Exactly.
But,
those are fun times.
But yeah, that's
Pokemon
this is one of the things I experienced when playing Half-Life Alyx. It is just like I wish there was a physics system, but I understand why there isn't a melee physics system, because it would be wonky as shit, or it would just be dangerous for the user to accidentally fucking punch their goddamn like I don't know lamp or something. Anything really. Like So really, just the way I see it is, I feel like Half-Life Alyx is a good way to get AAA developers into VR, and for those who have indie or B-grade potential, to definitely continually change VR game space. And we could definitely see that already. Boneworks is kind of like the indie, and Half-Life Alyx is the AAA. But regardless, both are absolutely worth their price. If you have a VR headset, go play it. And they both
also. The people who made Boneworks are definitely making several other games attached to said game, so a lot of excitement.
Oh yeah.
Big news for the VR games. For us VR nerds, we're gonna be absolutely great. Not just because we're stuck inside, but we can escape it by putting on our virtual reality helmets and enjoy very fun games. God, I love
can simulate murdering people, so I don't have to do it in real life.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, please. Don't. I was doing.
That's a PSA. Please don't do that. No, bad.
The more you know.
Very bad. But with that, that's my section. You guys have any questions? Are you guys here? Any questions about Half-Life Alyx? I don't want to like spoil anything. That's why I'm just going.
I mean, I'm gonna play the game myself.
Okay.
That's it.
What are there any weird random whoops. Sorry. I don't know. I did that last part. Are there any like random
I mean, there's one thing I want to ask you considering the game.
Okay.
How are the weapons?
Okay. Okay, so the standard VR fare. Let's just say that it is a standard VR fare. I would say they're good. They sound good enough. They sound impactful enough. They feel good enough. I would say it's the best Half-Life gameplay we've ever had, which is funny because Half-Life was never known
new
for
engine or whatever.
Well, I wouldn't say this because remember, VR shooting is very visceral and it's kind of fun and requires you to like actually body and things like that, as opposed to like a pancake game.
We're being trained. This is the military's way for making us shoot guns. We're being.
All right, shut it over there, tinfoil. Shut it over
that
there,
was the
tinfoil.
argument that like the state tries to. It's training us. They're training us.
But yeah, a lot of the weapons are satisfying for the most part. You do have other equipment, not just with, like I said, with the little shotgun, SMG. I would remind you that all these weapons are one-handed, and the reason why they're one-handed also is because one thing I didn't get to mention. The reason why I talk about such highly about accessibility and optimization, because Half-Life Alyx can be played with one hand. Fucking crazy. You can play the game with one hand.
That's actually really cool.
Because I mean, you might think, is that weird? No, it allows people, like, if they have a cast over their arm and or you know, unfortunately, if they have only one hand,
I have to pee really bad. I have to go. Sorry.
There she goes. Restroom. Bathroom break for big old Liz. Big old Liz. If that
this portion of the stream is sponsored by water.
Water. You should probably drink it.
Water.
It's pretty good.
Actually, drink it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But all the guns are satisfying. The shotgun works like it's like a semi-automatic shotgun, self pump and all that. But the way you use it, it's like kind of like a break action shotgun. Like you open it up, load shells in, and you flick your wrist up like it's a double barrel shotgun. The SMG is pretty good. All right. You get it kind of like mid, late in the game or something like that. I would say, yeah, around like mid late until. Very useful. It won't like all these weapons are very important. All these weapons you'll be using, contextual items like weapons that are on the ground and you can or grenades. Grenades are always useful. The enemies are all they're varying enemies throughout the game. So you have not just the zombies, which are really easy to fight if you know what you're doing. You know your head crabs. Head crabs are scary in VR. You can probably guess why. Head crabs are scary in pancake mode. Now imagine it fucking coming towards your face in real, like in VR. Shit's crazy. It's scary, especially the armor head crabs. I actually got scared by armor head crab before because I was like, oh my god, I can't just shoot it. I have to like dodge it and like use furniture to like block it or something. It's crazy.
So, like, okay.
Yeah, and the other ones you have the combine. Combine come from there's idiots with gas canisters on the back that you can shoot to kill them instantly. Support units that. Or I don't know what they're called, commanders or something, where they can throw manhacks and use manhacks against you. There's a heavy shotgun unit with their own fuck off shield, like it's Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and a fucking big motherfucker with a big machine gun. Because of course we gotta have a big boy with a machine gun, because that's imposing against a 19-year-old Alex Vance, who I would like to remind you, she definitely should not be doing half of the things she's doing. And on top of that, she is fucking also unable to. I'm still mad about that. She is not able to pick up a single corpse or something. It's too heavy. Too big. Too big.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah, and I forgot. One big thing about the game is there's no physical jumping. It's teleport jumping.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not real. You can have... Okay, well, I didn't go into it. I feel like I skipped a couple steps. But there is locomotion movement. There's teleport. Blink. Yeah, that's you pretty much got all.
That's really about it. Okay.
I mean, it's all of the modes you have in Boneworks. It's pretty much all the standards you expect in most VR shooters now, or VR games in general. Oh yeah, and there's also barnacles. Barnacles are dumb.
Oh god.
Dumb enemy. They eat your stuff. Don't let them eat your stuff. Don't let them eat the. I think it's called like. They're like iron ores, or not iron ores. They're like these special things you use to modify your gun throughout the game, or like upgrade tokens.
They're not. They're resin.
Resin?
Resin.
Resin?
Mhm.
I forgot what they're called because I just looked at. I just called them upgrade tokens or like.
They don't look like cheese, but
They got holes in them.
They look like blue cheese, not any normal cheese.
But that's Half-Life Alyx. It's very good. If you have a VR headset, play it. Is it worth buying a VR headset for it? That's up to you. How big of a Half-Life fan are you? It all up in the discretion. It is. How much does it cost, guys? You guys know? $60.
Like around $60.
$60 game.
Tangled. Sorry.
Tangled.
Continue.
Yeah, it's $60. If you are a big Half-Life fan, please go play it. And hopefully, with the big success Half-Life Alyx is having, Mike. Hopefully, with all the big success, we should be experiencing an increase the amount of VR games. AAA, hopefully, that's the big thing.
I've seen just an increase. Sorry, I need some.
Well, they probably were in development, but I'm talking about like for like a Ubisoft or like a Activision. Like imagine me did, imagine me did like we're making the new Call of Duty remake of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but it's in VR, and you're like, That's what I want.
It has to be VR.
I would pay for that, actually.
I would pay for that.
I would actually pay
Most
for that.
likely than not, I'm seeing AAA games with VR options.
Well, of course, because you know how the games work and things like that. I'm trying to say, like, there is a way that they could do it. I mean, like, Fallout 4 did it. Skyrim did it. So it isn't too far in the realm of reality that if some people could do it, somebody's gonna bound to do it. I mean, after all, we live in a world where some mad lad out there is like, oh, I'm gonna make Half-Life 1 in VR. I'm gonna make Quake in VR. I'm gonna have Doom, the original Doom in VR.
Original Doom.
It's like, okay, I guess VR is doable in any game space as long as you allow it with mod tools or someone does the math things. I can't describe it. I'm not a game.
The math things, the coding.
The coding, like who, like I don't know how to do it. It's magic, like all things considered to me.
It's just lots of pain and suffering. I can tell you.
Well, I would assume so. But yeah, that's all I have to say with Half-Life Alyx. It's really worth it. If you have a VR headset, go buy it. Buy it. Go play it. It's worth your time. Like I said, 8 to 16 hours. Pretty long enough for what it is. And with that,
good enough time for a single player game too.
Yeah, for definitely for a VR shooter, especially like compared to like Arizona Sunshine, which is like fucking like hours or something. But not 3 hours, like
whatever.
3 to 6 or something.
Something like that.
Anyways, with that, we move on to the next topic with our boy Cloudy. Small hops and the infectious disease.
What? I'm trying to like what?
Small hops?
Did you read that?
Yeah,
Small
I read it.
hops and infectious disease.
Yeah.
Infectious?
Infectious disease. What?
Infectious.
What?
Infectious?
You are currently.
Okay.
Yeah, like listen, it's like small house in G minor, but it's small house. Infectious disease.
I'm getting it a little bit. Okay.
My Walmart guy, like in my profile picture right now, like he's wearing a fucking umbrella bag over his head and some umbrella bags on his hands like gloves. That's fucking great. I don't know about you, but that's probably like my favorite part about this. God, it's great. But yeah.
Anyways. Yes. The coronavirus, the situation over here in the West Coast. Shit hit the fan fast.
How bad are we talking about? How bad can it possibly be?
Highways are closed. LA's under lockdown, so no one can get in and out of the city.
Wow, this is okay.
San Francisco is also the same way. Can't get in and out of the city, so everyone's just stuck on that island. Oof.
Airdropped in some supplies, boys.
Probably, most likely the case.
Is this actually the beginning of a vision? Like I remember we talked about this. Like how many times have we talked about this?
The thing is, I found this out earlier this morning that in New York there's already med bays being set up in the Central Park.
Wow, we come on! Video games aren't supposed to be reality.
I'm like, wow. Division predicted. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's kind of scary.
If shit gets worse, they might use hotels as hospitals.
Wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. I actually wouldn't doubt that because considering that over here, the arena is now being used already.
Wait, the arena?
Yeah, like the stadium near me. Yeah, it's being used. It's being used as another form of relief from the other hospitals and everything between. Not much. I mean, most news I'm getting is mostly from my own mother, so because she's the one that's actually working an essential job. Bless her heart, pharmacist, whatever.
Oh boy.
But yeah, shit's getting rough. Shit's getting very rough over here on the West Coast. I mean, where I'm currently at in the northern part of California, not as much as affected as below me. That's the only difference.
Is the Southern California the more active part of the state, or the
more southern part? Southern part's more or less. Only thing is, the reason why it's affecting up here is because state capital. That's why, and obviously shit's hitting the fan over here, and people are getting infected. Pretty relatively close.
It is easier spread and will have easier culmination in the first place when there is a more populated trafficking area of humans where they just go in and out.
No, I'm awake.
Okay.
She's screaming. Come on, we're gonna be like doing it to you. I have to like, which one of us is higher up on the East Coast? We'll go down.
All I know is
what are we talking about then?
The bottom?
Basically, we're talking about the situation over here on the West Coast.
Yeah,
he's talking about California. Alpha will talk about his state, and you will talk about your state. Alchem, sit the fuck up.
This is a podcast. I can't hear you properly. You're not close enough to your mic.
Okay, Dad.
No, but as far as I know, a lot of people, well, a good portion of people have died already from the virus over here on the West Coast. A really good portion. I'm just like,
the number of actual deaths.
Can we once again, dude? I'm telling you, I would have never thought that the Division was fucking real. I thought it was fantasy. I thought it was a joke.
I was like, I
made that joke a long time ago.
I mean, granted, more or less. I mean, because people are crazy on the West Coast, and I will say that much because they are. People are actually believing the Division timeline bullshit. They actually are, by the way. They actually are.
Agent has gone rogue.
Wait, what? Wait,
yeah,
what?
there's actually people. There's a lot of people writing on the near San Fran and everything. I've heard.
Like agents gone rogue.
Like raiding.
Yeah, like raiding. Yeah, like raiding store. Yeah.
Oh, like looting.
What is wrong with people in California?
Looting and stuff is already happening.
Well, it's not gone bad, but it's just like yike kind of levels because I'm just like, oh boy.
I love how the police is just like, please stay in your homes, please do not get crime.
What was the Division? How did the Division start? It was like Directive 51. Yeah, Directive 51.
Something like that.
I think that's the name for it. Yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
Well,
we will all be fine.
Oh, there he goes. But implying Division is like Division operators are real. I mean, come on. If that happens, I'm like, all right. Division was supposed to be supposed to be fiction, but now it's non-fiction. This is just silly.
We're getting off the topic.
Oh no.
What was the topic?
I know, but we're talking a bit too much about
that. I know.
It's because it's like
life imitates video. Well, art imitates life essentially.
Like this is getting nuts. Like it's not getting this bad over here in the Northeast. I'm assuming.
As far as I'm aware, there's nothing yet.
But no, other than that, it was like it's like small writing and all that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Yeah. All I know is West Coast is gonna be West Coast. It's always crazy and shit like that.
All right.
And y'all think Florida's the weirdest part?
Well, no, and granted, the most reason why California is getting a lot of flack right now is because, well, it's mostly because of SoCal. So SoCal is the reason why this bullshit is happening. People on a daily, people are more close to each other in SoCal than anywhere else in California. That's why. On a daily, I will say that much.
Brotherly love.
She's something like that. It's
you're not properly executing social distancing.
Oh yeah, they're not. They're really not. They're really not over down there. It's fucked. And among all that, I'm just like, wow, get me out of this fucking state, please. Please.
Just move over to the East Coast. I swear.
You know, it'd be worse if this goes into because you guys deal with forest fire season.
See, that's what makes it what I'm kind of worried about, but at the same time, I'm like, this shit should be dealt with by the end of
everyone.
Weren't you guys already on fire at the beginning of the year, or was that Australia?
No, everyone relax. Oh, that was Australia. Australia has been shit.
By the way,
fire.
We do have a date of when everything can go back to normal, quote unquote.
Everything's fine. We'll all be okay.
End of May?
What? Yeah. Oh yeah. No. You want what's funny? What's funny?
But they're more impacted than the rest of everyone else.
Oh wait, yours is the end of May. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
End of May. They said the worst it can be is October.
What?
What do you mean October? Now you guys are just causing panic.
That's the problem. Yeah, when they said like, oh, at latest October, I'm like,
I think they should have said something about the summer months. This is like, everyone.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like,
like they're just like, government, you need to tell us everything.
To be honest, I think it's just a random. It's just a random month. I think it's just a random month they decided to pick. That's probably wrong.
It's just fucking like they fucking had like a bunch of months on a fucking dartboard and
they're like, let me just October.
Woo! I love October. That's the Halloween season. Hopefully,
but
the virus
other than that,
away.
I'm assuming this shit will blow over sooner or later.
I think it's just well before even it'll be a hint of June at the latest, most likely.
Yeah, and that's basically it's worst case it'd be October, but I'm just like.
I think that the whole way we could have avoided this was as soon as there was just shit show in Europe, lock down international airports. If you're American, you have to be tested before you come back in. Sorry, but it's just like.
Once again, with that assumption, we also then put in like China and everything else, etc. We don't even know. We don't even know.
Yeah, we don't know
because it's already too late.
Well, at this point. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just counting my days where I'm just like, hey, look, nothing changed, everything's still the same.
Fucking count. Holy shit!
Well, like if we could still go to the the store and things like that.
Stores normally, yeah.
Someone said that the way you find out
all I know is I've been
the Southwest is if they had
all I gotta say is I've been Uber eating a lot of things, so. Yeah, that's
God damn!
I actually saw a legitimate ad.
Yeah.
And I know this is gonna sound like r/boring dystopia, but I'm not joking. You can look it up right now for people who are listening to the podcast live, and for those who are listening to you afterwards. Go look up Domino's Pizza. There's an actual ad, and it's like, we are now doing what's it called? Contactless delivery, so you can enjoy your pizza without contact anyone. I'm like, 10 out of 10. That's great to hear.
Oh, I actually just looked it up. Wow.
Yeah, right. It's real. It's real. It's real.
Custom contactless delivery. How the hell is that gonna work?
Just drop it on my doorstep.
What?
Like, I don't know how this is gonna, that's just, like what I'm seeing. Like, I can't imagine, clearly that's...
You pay electronically, and then they
just I know that, but I'm talking about in terms of, looking at Cloudy's end. That's definitely gonna be useful and amazing.
I mean, I've been doing that already with McDonald's, dude, from time to time.
Okay.
Yeah, and even then, they actually did. Wait, they do the same shit. They do the same shit, anyways. I just
they didn't make an ad about it. That's kind of silly. But yeah,
that's the silly part.
Yeah, but what about us over here and then the picking up from our beginning at the podcast? What's up here? What's going on? What's going on, Malcolm?
Okay, so I was gonna say Wiz would be first. I was thinking Wiz first, but he's above me. But I'll go, whatever. So
because you were sleeping.
Trying to make up for what I did. It's called making amends, Liz. Let me do this.
Leave it on the podcast. That's strike 588,998.
At least I'm not getting fined for it.
He's gonna
as they've now started to do in our state, because what they've done originally they were kind of pleading with people, be like, hey guys, just make sure you stay away, practice social distancing. If you are sick, if you feel sick, even if it's not related to the symptoms for the disease, stay home. Just be polite to everyone. Stay home, and have make sure to help quell the spread of the pandemic. Further testing has proven that a lot of people have started to get sick in the state. There's more people who are, no. It's not that there's more people that are sick. It's more that it's far wider spread than we thought, and a lot of people already have it, maybe, and may not be showing symptoms.
As an incubation period of 14 days.
Exactly. So it's probably a lot of people are either sick without symptoms, have it incubating in them, they don't realize it. And so our state, as of Monday, we got a message, like an Amber Alert message on a lot of people's phones, saying that the mayor has declared that we are currently in lockdown and that everything must be, you can go out, but you better have a reason for it. You can't just go out for no reason.
Or else you'll get fined or something.
Cops will find, and cops will stop you if they see that you're not doing anything for a purpose, if they find any suspicious behavior. And you could potentially be fined or even face a little bit of potential jail time, if I'm not mistaken what they said.
Really?
Yeah, and there is already an 8 p.m. curfew. So basically, what's that?
You guys are...
yeah, I'm already in curfew at this time.
I'm over here like
martial law.
I'm over here like you.
That's what people are. That's what people have been like theorizing. People are theorizing martial law might take in. Like, but that's gonna be weird if that happens. It's gonna be crazy. Right now, everyone's chill. Everyone's calm. As long as we all practice this. And funny thing is, a lot of people who I've spoken with are finding out, hey, all of a sudden I realize, or my job has let me work at home, and it works perfectly well. Like, people were apparently some jobs.
Okay, I'm gonna explain that. This is the logic behind that kind of stuff. Some jobs have better productivity when you are not at home. And some jobs do better while you are online. But most employers like seeing you in the office so that they make sure you're not fucking around on company time.
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why. But it turns out a lot of people. Okay, this is one of those extreme situations. Lots of people are losing their jobs right now because you can't really work, and certain jobs require you to be on the thing. So
yeah,
those of us who can,
I'm in that position right now.
Yeah, those of us who can work home. Yeah, so those of us who can work at home are kind of like thankful that we can. So we're not going to screw up and do nothing.
I'm over here I could do that, but they decided there was their best interest. Like, hey,
if it's been a normal day, or if it's a normal every day and there's no pandemic, there's nothing going on like that, then I'm sure some people would actually, like you said, some people would actually just laze about and not do their job properly. So this is one of those weird circumstances where it looks like it would work, but not. It's all based on the situation.
And we're going to talk about the type of, actually, we'll wait until after we're done talking about each individual state about what's going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, my part of the world. Hey guys, we over here. It's all right. As in, people are still going outside, even though we have a stay-at-home order. It's not mandatory. We don't have a curfew. People are still going outside. Heck, I actually went to the bank today to deposit. It was pretty disturbingly eerie to see that there's nobody outside, and there's barely only people who are outside are the hobos and the crackheads, all the mischievous bunch.
Billy.
You know, they're taking over the streets. Next thing you know, I'm gonna see mooses and fucking goddamn coyotes. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Mooses in Philly.
I don't know where they're gonna come from. I mean, tumbleweeds. You know, they could come and get you too. I don't know. Yeah, over here it's getting pretty bad. From all the cases, we have pretty the highest cases around our area, and me and Malcolm live near each other. So yeah, we got a lot of you're like, oh my god, it's getting that bad, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's getting that bad. And,
it's actually getting that bad.
I'm stuck inside, and I have not more or less left the house for almost a week because
you too,
non-essential employee, and on top of that.
Yeah.
Stay-at-home order. You know, there's nothing much more we could really, I could personally really do. So, yeah, I've just been on home.
And plus, I mean, with that and not risking it. Fuck it.
Yeah, you know, nobody wants to take a chances out, especially with one of my, I think right about now, Philadelphia has like 1,000+ cases or something.
Damn.
Absolutely horrendous.
Wait, 1,000+ in Philly?
I think it's not 1,000+ in Philly. I think it's total amount 1,000 in our area. I had to double check that. Let me check that real fast before because I'm pretty sure it was absurd numbers that makes you go uh-oh. Well, I'm staying inside for a reason, but uh-oh. Let's see.
Makes sense.
I'm looking at it right now. Well, I got some great news, everybody. Pennsylvania Let's see. Philadelphia now stands over 1,300 as statewide climbed above 4,800.
Oof.
I'm staying inside. I'm never leaving. Goodbye, everybody. This is my house now.
I mean, technically it is.
Well, I mean, it is. Well, like, it's my bunker. It's my house.
Technically your life.
My everything. I need to start doing it. I need to make a green. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad over here. But it seems like no one is taking this seriously. So I'm assuming I'm gonna have to be in the same situation as Cloudy in maybe a week. Yeah. Maybe the week.
Probably. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's starting to spread over to where everybody's basically doing the same shit I'm doing.
Yep. But with that, it cannot be that bad. How's the land down under? Down in over Florida. Come on, Liz. What's up? What's going on?
What's going on there?
Because if Cloudy is like everybody's losing their shit, and you're saying, well, Florida isn't that bad.
Florida's good.
Come on, that's
y'all want to
real good.
Read the Amber Alert? I got I got an Amber Alert at the same time Malcolm did.
Oh crap, you too.
The same day, but mine says something significantly better.
What does yours say? So let me read what mine says. Gotta go. You go ahead.
It says, Florida Surgeon General, stay home if 65 plus or have medical conditions. All follow social distancing. Saturday, 4:37 p.m.
Let's see. Where'd that message come from? Oh.
So, fuck my fucking wrist.
Here we go. Mine says public health emergency announcement. Governor Hogan issued a stay-at-home order effectively at 8 p.m. tonight. No Marylander should leave their house unless it is an essential reason. Gatherings are limited to 10 or fewer. Grocery stores and essential services remain open. We are counting on you to help stop the virus.
All right, so when am I gonna? So would it be really funny? What if I get an Amber Alert right now during the podcast? Right now.
You're asking.
I'm like, well, guys,
we are now under quarantine.
No, they're like, we're now under martial law.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah.
Okay, so as you can see, Florida is pretty much not taking it that seriously, but in terms of the rest of the country. But how Florida is that it's worse down south. These things, as you can see, I had Florida Surgeon General, not Florida, like, across the state given by the governor or the senator. It's just the area I am in. And it is... Florida's got a large population. It's the third largest state in the United States, besides Texas. Actually, I don't even know what the fuck's going on there. But in general, Florida is just sanctioning off their areas into north, central, and south. Like it always has been, but they're handling it individually there, and your governors will, because we got a lot of them in the first place, are just like either coming together for a specific area to say, you guys shouldn't go out, or you should stay inside, things like. It's just specific. It's a specified way of making sure that the South stays quarantined, because it's worse in southern Florida than it is up central and up north, because of the amount of population distribution down near Miami. So I'm not having any problems here. I went out today to pet puppies and go feed ducks in the goddamn park. I'm not having that bad of a time. What you are seeing is a lot less cars, but there are still cars. And you barely see many people walking around on the streets. And we're just trying to handle things seriously, but in our own way. We're not panicking. We're not shutting everybody into their houses. We're saying keep your social distance up. My school has been moved entirely to online because I have over 1,000 students at my school. We can't be near each other for obvious reasons. So we have issues with the service working not working and then working. It's difficult, but we're not having too bad of an issue. It's like I'm not really feeling any effects. My dad is worrying. My mom's not really panicking outwardly, but my dad's been panicking at me because he's just like, probably because he's an essential worker and he thinks that if he has to like carry around a slip that says he's going to work, that it's like really bad. But I personally don't feel any effects right now. I don't have to order food from the outside. My mom and I went to the store actually to buy goods together. There's not that many people in there and there was only one cashier, but that's just because we're doing social distancing. I don't know how many cases there are in Florida. Let me look it up. There are ads on my television to do social distancing, and it's telling people who are at risk for catching the disease or having an extreme severity with it to stay inside, which is why I probably shouldn't have gone outside, but I did anyway. So Florida's COVID-19 cases, 3 hours ago, a 28-year-old died. That's not good. But, the map dashboard, I'm trying to look, because I told you I didn't know. Where is it? Last I looked it up was like a couple days ago, and it was 5,000. Total cases are 6,741. Total deaths are 85. Hospital admissions are 857. Positive residents, which is different than cases, is 6,490. So Florida is being mostly affected around Miami, getting a bit of issue in Tampa and Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee, as well as a little bit west of Miami is getting affected. My county in particular, not too bad. So most of Florida, there's even portions of Florida's counties that are not currently infected at the moment, so or have any cases at that time at this time right now. So Florida is not seeing too much severity. The only thing is that, like I said, we're the third most populous state, and that's why we have over 6,000 cases in the first place. So I'm not worried for my state. I'm more worried for my nation and the rest of the world. You guys good?
Yeah.
We're just sitting here like, oh.
That's
not.
That's not. It's always good to have an opinion that, like, even if it gets any worse after that, it's only gonna get better. Panicking is not what you should do at this moment in time. Like I said before, when we did this talk again, I mean, earlier in our earlier podcast, you shouldn't freak out. You should take it serious, but you should you should collect yourself and make good decisions. Don't let it scare you, because if you do that, then you'll just end up like the many others out there who are freaking out and buying toilet paper. People who end up crippling the U.S. economy. People who end up crippling the entire world's economy over freaking out. That's all I wanted to say.
As you can see, the world is completely frozen.
We're all doomed. Not really.
Well, I'm pretty sure we'll make it.
It's okay. It's a joke. It's an exaggeration.
We'll make it out.
Yeah. We'll make it out of this.
Stay cautious. Stay smart. Because you know what we got? You know what we got? We got Animal Crossing. That's right, everybody. If you want to fix your quarantine time, go buy a Switch and then get yourself a nice copy of leisure with humanoid animals.
So you see basically just social distancing part 2.
I mean, people have done weddings and like birthday parties in Animal Crossing.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn, that's nuts.
That is where Alchem and Liz can show us what makes Animal Crossing the bomb. The bomb diggity.
Well, both of us have played together and have experienced a lot of the game together. It is very fun.
Let me give you a rundown. Let me give you a very concise rundown of Animal Crossing from my experience getting to play it for the past week or so.
Ish.
It good. It fun. Get it.
Ish.
If you have Switch, get it. If you don't have Switch, what are you doing with yourself? Go get it.
But I sold my Switch. Should I just buy another Switch?
I just buy a Switch.
Regret your life choices.
No.
Regret you. Wow.
Alchem says just get it regardless of whether or not you like it.
It good.
Get it. If you've played a previous installment and you enjoyed a previous installment, it is recommended to get it. If you have been interested in an Animal Crossing game, go ahead and play it. It's really good. It's very accessible.
It's a relaxing game.
And if you're worried about not being able to play online, but you've bought like an $80 game, like something before, don't like. Animal Crossing is $60 online for Nintendo Online, and especially since we're stuck in here for a bit, you might as well get the whole year of it, and it's only $20. So you're just paying $80. You are paying $80 for a year of Nintendo's entertainment, and so you can play online with your friends.
Now, to be honest, in actual, not goofball-y way, it is a very entertaining, relaxing game. If you're the type of person who can enjoy just simply item management, kind of stuff like that, where you can decorate and basically personalize a little island of your own, build it your way, build your house your way, make your town the way you like it, and you like the cutesy atmosphere that it has there, you're gonna have a blast.
Weird jokes too.
There are that thing is riddled with jokes and puns. No lie. Every time you catch a fish or a bug, it has a pun ready for you. And holy shit, the variety.
I caught a stringfish. A couple more, and I'll have a guitar.
Seriously, there's that thing has a variety of different things you can do. Like you think you can just catch one or two fishes, or there's only like 10 or so fish. No, I've counted. There's over like 20 fish, and I'm not even done. Like there's new fish that are coming out this month, and there's also exclusive fish, meaning that every month you have a certain amount of time to catch some fish or bug that'll only exist throughout that time.
It actually follows realistically when said bug or animal shows up on the Northern Hemisphere timetable. So most of them follow this specific season type. So they did a lot of their research to make sure that the bugs showed up where they normally do. Yeah. And where they normally show up in the first place. Like someone mentioned to Alchemy earlier that like to catch flies, you leave trash around on your island. To get ants tomorrow, in fact, you leave fruit on the ground to let it rot, and thus you get ants and various other types of bugs that follow along with it. You accidentally shake a tree too much, a wasp nest will fall out and it'll chase you around and might even sting you, and you'll have to take medicine. There's a lot of inner working game mechanics in Animal Crossing New Horizons. You gotta go.
I honestly can't express enough. It just so, especially the online. Liz, we barely scratched the surface with online. Like there's so much you can do online with Animal Crossing. You can visit your friends' islands. They can see what you do. You can interact with them in real time there. Hell, like what was it, 2 nights ago? Or was it just yesterday night? I was visiting Liz's island and different things happen on everyone's island. It's not the same. So every interaction you have, there might be something different going on someone's island. It might be raining in someone's island, which triggers certain events. There might be a special NPC that pops in their island compared to yours. For example, Liz's Island was having a star. What do you call it? Star shower, meteor shower. Yeah. So you could make these little fun little wishes and stuff from the stars. And I think the aftermath is the next day. There's the pieces or stars are falling onto the beach. There's a lot of fun stuff that happens, random events, and since it's in real time, you will have basically a year's worth of content with that game, unless you want to, as I jokingly say, speed run Animal Crossing.
So time traveling.
You can actually go into your menu. It's not encouraged, but it's not like Nintendo says no.
They don't
care. You can go in.
They don't force it, so
yeah, you can change the date of your system, and the game thinks, oh, it is now December 25th, 2020. Yeah. And then you can trigger the Christmas event. You can trigger so many events. Basically, you can make it so you have every possible thing available. But that would involve but that would involve going into your system settings and constantly changing the date again and again and again.
I mean, if you're that crazy and impatient, I mean, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I can understand some people because they want to get certain items that are only exclusive. But you are robbing yourself of you are robbing yourself of the length of time you could be having fun with a game. But to each their own. Everyone has a fun in their own way.
Patience is a virtue. Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know the saying. I'm not smart.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty cool. I've never really played an Animal Crossing game. I'm thinking of playing the older Animal Crossings to kind of like get my because like right about now I have the money for it. I could buy a Switch Lite. And because like
that would be better for you because you don't need all the shit along with it. You just kind of want it for one game.
I already, like I said, I have a Switch in the house, but it's sold it to a family member, so I can't get over there and use it because they're usually playing Pokemans or whatever.
Kick them out. Just be like, get out! I want to use it.
And can't really convince him when he plays mostly with all of his friends and stuff all the time. From what I've heard, from what I've seen. I haven't played Animal Crossing, so because he's just been playing Pokemon and
makes sense.
I'm for sure thinking about honestly getting it because from what I've seen, the gameplay and streams, it looks fun. It looks like a fun game. I can't describe it. What?
Oh my god.
Excuse me? Liz, what are you trying to say?
What?
But I like playing Falcon, especially with him and I. We were just chilling out with Night Road because all three of us were playing, and you can have a lot of people on your island. It's not restricted to 4 people like normal games usually are.
Honestly, how many people in total can be on it?
10 or 12, I think.
Holy shit! No wonder weddings could be held.
I needed the stringfish that night. I was playing all night because I needed the stringfish.
And what happened is I caught a stringfish in front of Alcom, and everyone was just like, and we were all screaming. Well, me mostly, and my cat's meowing at my door. Sorry.
I'm not mad that she got a stringfish within moments of me longing to get ready and try to catch a stringfish, which then took me.
No, it's 8. You're mistaken.
You caught a stringfish.
I caught a stringfish while you were there after about
Yeah. While I was trying to catch one. I was about to start catching one, and then you proceeded to catch one. And then me, 8 hours later, caught a stringfish.
Alchem is not the time to be a baby. And
when is the time? Yeah, right, whatever.
So, I very much enjoy playing it. I didn't when I was a kid. I just kind of played around with it for a little while, as kids do, and eventually stopped playing it because there was not much reason for me to continue. I didn't have anyone to talk with it about or anything like that. None of my other friends played games like this, so it's pretty fun now because I can join everybody on my friends list. Most of us have Animal Crossing, most of us have Switch, so it'd be really entertaining if we find something else that we all can enjoy together. I like decorating my island. I like decorating my character. there's all these sorts of new outfits and custom outfits that you can get from other people pretty much instantly. You don't got to wait for very long. You just have to buy it really with your Nook miles, and you can create the patterns yourself as well, like always. And you can even have your own flag, and instead of a town tune, it's a village tune. Not a village. Fuck. It's an island tune. It's significantly shorter, of course, but lots of people really enjoy making them. I've seen like some JoJo stuff, lots of other tunes and stupid things you can make as your tune. I made mine Tussacord from your Witcher for your Witcher.
I forgot my town has it now. I need to make a song.
Yeah, don't play right now. We're on a podcast. But Alcom,
I'm here.
So what happens? Fuck. Oh, it's nice. The progression, I like it. If you play like me and you have no life, you'll go through it pretty fast. Alchem has to work though, so he has to catch up with me. Why are you so low on the screen?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Alchem's playing Animal Crossing right now.
Hiding.
I'm shy.
I'm shy. God damn it.
I'm shy.
Social distancing.
I'm practicing social distancing.
You're the one coughing earlier. It should be the rest of us flipping out.
Ouch.
Ow.
But why are you saying ow? It had nothing
No,
to
I hit my
do.
foot.
No, I meant my chest. It hurt because I was coughing. Cough. But go on.
Let's talk about some of the villagers. I really like Meringue because she's got a very nice design. She looks like strawberry ice cream. She's mostly like white, pink rhino with like a cherry at her horn, and like she's got like the dessert motif. Very enjoyable. There's so much shit in this game I can barely unpack all of it because like you can redesign your island. There's just like I saw someone make a tiny little obstacle course on their island, and there was just a shit ton of waterfalls and shit like that. I was like, I want, but I'm sure it's cost a lot of money. But it's very nice being able to put places where you want it at the beginning. And just like being able to like the little move around mechanics and like the way you can design your house. My house isn't small for like forever. Like I remember it when I was a kid. There's like the multiple rooms added on your house. I enjoyed a lot from there. One of the things though I want to mention is apparently not everybody thinks the same way. And they're taking Animal Crossing a bit too literal. Like sometimes it's not that deep. Seriously. Or they're just throwing things out of stretch. I found this earlier while I was out of the house, and it was things only adults notice in Animal Crossing. And it's got like all the weird little blurbs and things. I thought it was just going to be some of like the little jokes or nods to like loans that you didn't take too seriously as a kid, but no, it's not. It can't be in this day and age with fucking gaming journalists. Dear Lord. So it says the perspective of Animal Crossing defies science. How do you feel about that, Alka?
I'm sorry, what?
What?
The perspective of Animal Crossing defies science.
I mean, yeah, duh. There's like animal people.
No, it's talking about the way the camera. Okay, let me see. It says it's a darn shame that Animal Crossing had to go with that weird scrolling horizon mechanic. Quite honestly, it takes you out of the experience of it. It doesn't make any sense from a scientific perspective. You didn't even notice. I didn't even notice. And that's like one of the first things I do when I like go into the game.
I was about to say, what?
It's because, here's their explanation. For example, you can see trees disappearing over the horizon mere meters from where the characters are standing. That dramatic a curvature would mean the world Animal Crossing takes place in is extremely small. But this is probably just to save, it's space, first of all, because it is the game is a bit curved from what I remember. And, you're on a small island. So they're trying to make sure that anything in your visible view, you can notice, right then and there. That you don't have to, be like, I can't see what I'm trying to look at. Though sometimes the camera angles can be annoying. But I really don't see much of a problem with it. And it's, a really tiny thing that, even if it did matter, it's not that big of a deal whatsoever. And this one I really am disappointed with because you know how everyone's just like, oh, Tom Nook, it says you are Tom Nook's indentured servant. Now it says
go on.
Since day one, players have seen through Tom Nook's adorable facade and called him out for what he really is, a greedy capitalist.
He's a shrewd businessman.
Nothing more than a source of labor.
He's a shrewd businessman, and he gives you no interest.
Yeah, you can tell we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, the man builds you a house. First, he gives you a tent. Then he gives you a house. Granted, he actually in the game labels the entire island you're on a barren wasteland until he realizes, oh shit, there's life. Oh shit, there's food, there's pears, and all this other stuff.
And you brought people.
And you brought people. Holy crap. So he kind of helps you out. Granted, yes, he charges you for services, but guys gotta make a buck.
This specific meme where I'll send it after I read it, but I should send it now. This specific meme basically details everything in that statement. Give me a second. I have to get it. And there we go. For those of you who can't see, it's just Tom Nook crying.
Basically,
crying. Sorry, I am not helping my case.
It is while we're going on about the internet mechanism, specifically the one character who kind of kickstarts the whole thing about where you live and what you have to do, and while it's open-ended world, one of the main goals is pay off your debt, but you can slowly do that. You can slowly do that whenever the hell you want. But all in all, it's a fun game. I would highly recommend it if you're the type of person who can enjoy a slow-paced, play at your leisure, a kind of thing. Yes, of course, you can always skip ahead. You can time travel. You can do all this stuff. But you kind of rob yourself because you don't have the day-by-day interaction that you could possibly do. There are holiday events that'll happen. In fact, I think starting April, there's going to be an NPC that pops around. Basically, it's Bunny Day. I think it's called Bunny Day or something like that. Rabbit Day, something like that. And they'll be popping around the island giving away gifts every day or so. Which is a lot of fun. And yes,
I feel bad for no.
And
because look,
also, if you're like me, you can live funny. You can leave funny joke gifts or funny notices or even drawings on your friends' bulletin boards in their towns, or send them funny messages in their mail.
Yes.
Yes.
Dude, when are we gonna get that? We're gonna get that one. We're gonna get the guy who left a message and he left only that one message and never opened his mail and he opens it.
That's gotta be those stories. There are those stories.
Yeah.
All right, but go ahead, Liz. Sorry about that.
When you give 90% of your profits to charity, have a depressing childhood, give people houses, buy useless items for people, sell people useful stuff, check up on people daily, wait for people to pay you, upgrade people's houses, and people still think you're a selfish, greedy, fat, capitalist Tanuki.
Well then.
The thing is that they specifically target the fact that Tom Nook offers you not forces you. He offers you a vacation package to a deserted island. He tells you specifically. It's not even him, actually, in the first place. It's his kids. I think they're his kids. Tommy and Timmy are the ones who are handling your first interaction. You meet Tom Nook later.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I do
not
like
right at that beginning. It's not even right because Tom Nook doesn't offer it.
I love the entire premise of this game is that prior to even getting this game, Tom Nook has essentially offered you this kind of package deal. So by you actually getting the game, you're like, oh yeah, I accepted that. Like the whole premise is Tom Nook has offered you a package deal to live on an island getaway, basically just a little camping trip, your own island shared with a few people. So if you get the game, you basically are. You're like, yeah, sure, Tom Nook, I'll take up your package deal. Oh, that's how they advertise it from Nintendo. And
listen. The past games did force you to take up on house upgrades, I believe, but in this game, he specifically says, "Oh, I have a suggestion. Since you have your house and everything, and you paid off your debt, I wanted to know maybe if you wanted to, you could upgrade your house to have more space, or another room, or another room, or another room."
Mm-hmm.
He says if you want to, you have the choice to take up the next
Liz, wait, hold on. Why has this become such a discussion? Quit defending Tom Nook. He's fine.
Me the fuck off.
Oh my god, he's fine. Tom Nook does not need defense. He's just a shrewd businessman, and that's it. And it's a lot of anyway.
This guy takes risks no businessman would take, and he just
guys watching. This is how invested some people can get in this game because it's that much fun. It's just that kind of fun.
It's very fun, and I just dislike it when people say things that are not true. He's not a greedy capitalist.
Oh my god, why is this conversation?
I hate this so much. Because like you see all the memes and everything. I see a lot of the memes where it's just like he's a greedy capitalist. And then like there's a lot more where he's like, this man does everything for you.
I think I could sum this up again with simply it good. Get if you like, get worth, go, it good.
I hate you.
What? It's true.
Oh fuck. I should mention the really important things, like being able to breed your flowers.
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a lot of inner workings of the game that you can do.
That's what I was working on the whole time, was showing everyone a chart of how you can breed your flowers.
See at the bottom left, she's actually drawing it.
And I like it because the rose one actually goes in your mouth and not on top of your head. Why are you looking at me like that?
That's how you pass Corona. And with that, we can move on to the next topic, which is...
We're the last topic.
You're the last topic.
You're the last topic, man.
Wrap up.
That's right. Well, with that, it was another exciting day of Outbreak.
Outbreak.
So... when's the new Resident Evil game coming out?
Shut the fuck up!
When's that Resident Evil game coming out inspired by the coronavirus?
3 days! Woo!
I think April 3rd.
Isn't it called The Last of Us?
Shut up.
Shut up. Wow, come on. Oh.
Yo, I kind of want a game inspired by this where you're a doctor trying to like stem an outbreak, but it's not like of a kind in which it's like, it's not like a kind where it's like a zombie.
What was the name of that one game where you basically did like an operation kind of thing, and it was on the Nintendo Switch or something? Or
I want you to be a doctor where you're trying to cure a very widespread disease, but the main enemies are just somebody who's trying to stop you from doing something.
I'm just saying this right now. And this is me being very honest.
Trauma Center.
Yeah, Trauma Center. I was going to say Trauma Center. We can Trauma Center reboot. Let's go.
Yeah. Can we get Trauma Center reboot?
A Trauma Center reboot, and as well as like there is like Save the World mode in Plague.Inc. right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Whoopsie daisy, we made a game about making a disease to destroy the world, and now there's a disease in fact destroying the world.
Alright, who decided to play Plague Inc. on the government computer?
Ooh.
And with that, thank you very much once again for enjoying the No Consequences podcast. I am your host, as always, Wiz, my other fantastic host. Welcome.
Did you say fantastic?
Fantastic.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Yeah, let's go.
And before we go, Liz, do we have any questions in our email? That's right. If you guys have topics,
she keeps forgetting about doing this.
You have topics,
Sorry,
questions.
I have school online now. I don't check anything but my actual email.
Priorities, Liz.
It's okay.
Well, it's okay. Well, don't worry. If anybody in the live chat right now, in the live
know
chat,
that we love you.
If you have any questions,
okay, I got this.
Oh, you got this?
Oh,
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
Our new follows.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you. I thought that said banana. Super Bandana, Voyard VR, Iggy670. That's not a follow. I meant there was 4. Minrun _ for following us. I can't read.
She's the one who writes our titles.
Yeah.
Y'all give me flack for not reading the email, but one of y'all can like fucking organize this shit without me.
Okay. She's got a point.
Gotta find that.
Love you, Liz.
Love you, Liz. With that, if you guys, for you guys that are currently in the chat right now, you have any questions for us, please shoot us a question right about now. Type it in. If you do have any questions, topics, or inquiries you want to send us, we have our email down below. NoConsequencespodcast@gmail.com. That is the
Please
NoConsequences
do. I have
podcast.
yet to get something.
Time to make a fake account and then send
gotta
Liz.
make Liz happy. Come on, guys. Send her a good question.
I'm gonna laugh one day when we suddenly maybe garner some attention, and then Liz gets bombarded by emails, and then it's the opposite. Please, guys, don't send so many emails. We basically be like, Liz, what emails do we get?
Those are my favorite.
Okay.
Those are my favorite. All right. Well, if you guys don't, for those guys who are watching the live stream, appreciate it once again. As always, if you have a question, we'll be wrapping it up. Today we talked about Half-Life Alyx. That was always fun. It's a great VR game. Would recommend it. The corona is hitting everybody differently, but here in America, it's
all right, boys.
It's
when
happening.
you sign out, I want y'all to read keyboard smashes that I do randomly.
Wait, what are you talking about? What do you mean?
I want each one of us to read these out loud.
What do you mean by
what do you mean read keyboard smashes? Excuse me?
All right, Cloudy's done his. I'll come read the one underneath it.
Excuse me? What the... Which,
I mean, hey, you want me to do it here? I can do it for all.
You're fine. This is the best.
There we go.
Is this really? Oh my god.
Is this how we're gonna end it? Is this how we're gonna end it? Why am I gonna end it this way?
Why are we talking in
We sound like we're summoning some kind of demonic being.
Why is this happening? Oh, my podcast is going down. Oh no! See you guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye-bye.